any water go down the wrong...
That was scary. Well, greetings, everyone. Whoa, she's so well-mannered. My name's Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
I'm Dvorak, a musician from Fontaine. I came through Stone Gate, intending to head towards Liyue Harbor, but then I became captivated by the beautiful scenery. Just now, I was so mesmerized by the waterfall that I slipped and fell into the water. If it weren't for Miss...
It's all right, Mr. Dvorak. The splashing around the bottom of the waterfall means the stone path is always wet and slippy. You definitely have to be careful. Next time you're exploring an unfamiliar environment, try to focus on as long as you watch your step. Accidents like this won't happen any...
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, are you hungry? Please, sir, it's quite all right. I was born and raised here in Liyue. It's only natural. I expect you still have quite a long... I still have some lotus flower crisps left in my backpack. Why don't we split them between the...
Mmm, so tasty. If only there were more.
Having a healthy appetite is a good thing. It means Paimon's still growing.
Hope you're taking notes, Traveler. This!
What do you think, sir?
No, they're perfect. When I was traveling through Mondstadt, I had a chance to try one of their moon pies. It had a meat filling, unlike these crisps. But apart from that, it seems like they follow a similar cooking process. As for Fontaine's cooking, though...
Sounds like you spend a lot of time on the road.
I do. It's part of my job. I'm one of the main organizers of the Iridescence Tour.
Iridescence Tour?
The Iridescence Tour is one of the biggest music festivals in Fontaine. We're looking to expand, though. Our aim is to hold a festival in every nation. At least, all the main organizers share this goal. It's a long story, so I'll spare you the details.
Well, what are they?
Let me see.
Oh, I love listening.
Okay. Then, the story goes that my ancestor, who was also a traveler, once slipped. They say it was the most even in that life, and when he finally came to, he found that he had already been brought ashore. Once she saw that he was no longer in danger, my ancestor tried to run after her to give us... In the end, all he could do was to bow in thanks to the woman. Once he returned to Fontaine, he began... After generations of retelling, embellishing, and dramatizing, people have come to think of that lady. The story's become something of a local legend in Fontaine. It's called... People now say that if you go down to the lakeside and play an instrument...
Wow!
Well, yes. As it stands now, it's become a touch too I wanted to find out the Of course, there's no way of knowing where my I've spent many years on the road.
Well, I haven't lived half of my life yet, but still.
Paimon too! It's like... Paimon would definitely remember... Oh, so you finally...
Yes, and I'd always known that so I prayed for the... A friendly local told me that this meant the wind was... Right? You...
Are you sure? Rex Lapis has returned to the world. Just give me some incense and a lick.
Don't worry, Yao. And anyway, you only got scammed if you handed over Mora, right?
Actually, to express my gratitude...
Oh dear.
Well, how about I don't know very many. If you've been scammed, they'll help you get your Mora back. And if the wind was
But you've already helped me so...
I was gonna take some new medicinal herbs.
You know what? It's been a minute since we saw
All right, well...
Okay, everyone.
Uh-oh. Paimon's out of a job! Oh well.
Quietly now. Do your worst.
It's almost as if I'm
Well, we are here It's fair to say that this time...
great. I can't wait to get into the... The streets are breathtaking. Smiles and laughter everywhere I look. It's contagious. I can almost feel the music in the air. I have the urge to start waving my conductor's baton.
I'm glad that you're enjoying the city.
Hey, everyone.
Hello, Xinyan.
Traveler Paimon and Mr. Dvorak.
When I was last here to advertise a Leeway stop for the iridescent...
Feels like I've been chasing this iridescence tour bandwagon halfway around the world, but I keep getting stood up. What's going on, Mr. Dvorak?
I'm so sorry, Xinyan. We've had a string of terrible luck recently, and every time we've tried to put on a show, something or other has come up to stop our plans from materializing.
Is that right? So, what brings you to Liyue Harbor at this time of year?
A lantern write music?
No,
Oh, so...
I mean, that's not just... Hosting a music festival takes a lot of fun to...
Wait, but we're going to...
Uh-huh.
You mean...
This is the perfect opportunity! Well, sure, it might not... That's the As for the performers, I can put you in touch with some of them. My friend Yunjin is a well-known
But what about you, Xinyan?
If we actually manage to make the iridescent...
Wow!
What do you say, Mr. Dvorak?
But the opening act is not something to be chosen lightly, Xinyan. I will judge your work by the strictest...
Are you kidding? Whew, guess my... Yow yow. If you're...
Okay,
You've got this, Xinyan! So about the senior of yours Xinyan mentioned just now, is that anyone we know?
Yes, it's Xiangling. She's mentioned you two before. Xiangling's always thinking about cooking. Whenever she gets scrapes or burns, she just leaves them to heal by themselves. She definitely needs someone around her to look after her. I know you must have looked out for her a lot too in the time you've known her. So, thank you for that. Oh, it's Master! Is it okay if I...
Oh, calm down now, dear. I'm not about to run off anywhere. I'm not.
I haven't seen you in days, Master! I've missed you.
Oh, bless you, Yao Yao. You do say the sweetest things. Ah, look who it is. Visiting friends during.
You're half right, Madam Ping.
Hello, ma'am.
Master! The
Oh, an old lady like me wouldn't know much about that sort of thing. A music festival.
Oh, right! Madam Ping, you're an elder of Liyue, and you know all about Liyue's cultural traditions. Hearing your thought, for example, do you...
Why, not at all. Music pays homage to history and culture, and it can also be a bridge. Times change, and the music enjoyed by the youngsters of today is no doubt very different from the... And so?
Hear, hear. I do believe that, my own dear grandmother aside, you...
Goodness.
Master, you're in...
Oh.
Thanks, Madam Ping!
And when you meet with the Ministry of Civil Affairs, please remind them that the festivities are not an excuse to procrastinate their work.
Understood, Miss Ganyu.
Ganyu!
What brings you here, Yao Yao?
I've brought all the medicine you asked me to pick for you. Oh, and here's a pack of sweet flower seeds as well. Also, these dried Genshin leaves make a great pot of tea. I know you've had a lot to deal with at work recently, but you should.
Well, this is weird. It's like a responsible younger sister talking.
Thank you, but Paimon's criticism is quite valid. I do have a tendency to Oh, my apologies. I don't believe we've been introduced.
Paimon will do. What's wrong? It's definitely an ambitious plan. If there's anything you didn't quite catch, Paimon's more than happy to go over it again.
It may be a little difficult to make this happen.
Oh?
Well, the Lantern Rite is the most important festival of the year. Our celebrations must not. The Iridescence Tour is relatively unknown in Lea. It's difficult to predict how a brand new show will be received. It would be quite risky for us to bet everything on this one music festival.
All very valid points.
Therefore, we will not replace or cancel any of our pre-existing program. However, I will submit a proposal requesting to put the Iridescence Tour special performance as the final act of this year's festivities. Some live music will certainly add to the festive atmosphere on the night of the Lantern Rite. As for the venue... yes. Now I just need to take some time to give this proposal some polish. As long as I clear... Mr. Dvorak.
Oh, yes.
As soon as there's work, I couldn't agree more. Master once said, I'm good at taking care of people.
Wow. Hey, Yaya.
I'm afraid my backpack's empty now, but if apart from Lotus Flower Crisp,
Anything sweet. And it...
Here...
No, this is...
Perfect. Oh, perfect timing. Not at all. Yao Yao.
remember to make... Okay. Everyone,
Thank you, Yao.
We should go get...
Take it easy. Yeah.
This had better be important.
Greetings, traveler. Ganyu has brought me up to speed on the Qixing have approved Ganyu's proposal. Over the next few days, I will be...
Yay! That's awesome!
Please, on a more personal note. As such, it is my...
Thank you so much. I'd become quite discouraged. Never in my wild... Right. Time for me to call in the performers. Just...
Yes! Our music man...
Yes, indeed. For a musician, music will always... Oh, that.
Oh,
Ganyu?
they told me all about Mr. Dvorak's situation, but I was so engrossed in drafting the proposal that I forgot.
Oh, that's quite all right. Don't worry about me.
Thanks. It was just that I had a few initial thoughts when I heard... To tell you the truth, Mr. Dvorak, I am somewhat related to the Adepti myself. I know how important your quest to get in touch with your roots must...
Did you say the Adepti? And are you telling me all the rumors of the Liyue Adepti are real?
You bet they're real! Trying to track them down...
Yes. Anyway, but if it's a person you're looking...
I see.
Yes, that...
Great. So Mr. Dvorak and I will concentrate on things here in the city to make sure the concert goes according to plan.
How's your workload?
I can probably.
Wait, what do you mean as long as I don't sleep? Even for someone with illuminated beast blood in their veins, working for such.
Somehow that does not sound persuasive.
Be it but 3 moons from the start. He who returns. Even.
In that case.
Alright.
If you have the time, would you? You're well known to many of the Adepti and respected among the people. Okay, then let's meet back.
What's this speak?
You're all so.
Just think. Imagine it'd be such a happy reunion.
You're right.
We should probably get going.
Ooh, we could.
I was wondering, what are your thoughts on music? What does it mean?
Music sounds.
Truth be told, the question of what music means to people is one that I've been pondering for quite some time. Let's revisit this question after the concert.
Quit following me.
Lady Yuhang,
Baiwen, what is it?
per Lady Ningguang's orders, I've been gathering intelligence outside of the city with the goal of uncovering and dispatching any trouble ahead of the festival. I am told that a strange melody was heard somewhere along the coast. I was wary of investigating further on my own, so I was just on my way to report this incident to Lady Ning. But I'm worried that if we don't act right away, we may miss the window.
I understand. In that case,
Yeah, Kuching, you leave it to us. Don't worry, whatever it is, we'll
With the trap? Thank you.
do.
you have my thanks too.
Good luck.
Quit following me. Quit Squall and Fury.
Byron said the strange tune, but Paimon doesn't hear anything.
I was just wondering who in their right mind would come out to a place like this.
Yeon! How'd you sneak up on us?
You look pretty alive to me.
You...
Ah, you're here for that too? Come with me. I've already reconned the perimeter, so we should...
This place is completely... The doors and the windows are all... The bad guys could have...
Seems you've done a pretty thorough inspection. So, anything...
Yeon, you didn't hide some of the...
Why would I make this more difficult for you? We're on...
Okay, well...
What about you? Give up as well? Your instincts are pretty good. Or perhaps it's not instinct. The strange melody. Let me share a folk story with... A long time ago, there used to be a group of bandits, but it wasn't a rallying cry to rouse their fellow men. It was a disconcerting tune, meant to intimidate the weak and warn them. To escape with their lives, the villagers would abandon their homes and flee overnight, taking only their most valuable belongings with them. The bandits were eventually brought to justice, but whenever they heard that melody, the culprit of this crime exploited that very fear to get access to this house without having to force their way in. The victims obviously will have gotten quite a fright, but at least they won't be in any The important thing now is to find this copycat criminal. On any other day, that'd probably be a good idea. Take a look around and you'll see what I mean. This criminal is clearly well-versed both. Not only did they stay off, unfortunately for them, I'm one of the best trackers in the business. They're not about to get away with their little scheme on my watch.
So basically, if we...
As long as you can keep up. Since the culprit's trying to be cautious and low risk, I'll bet they left through an area with some vegetation for cover, but not... Here, look at this. These tracks are superficial, but they definitely didn't occur naturally. Something heavy was being dragged this way, meaning we're headed in the right direction. Their pace is increased. Normally, people... Whatever's motivating them to speed up must be psychological. For instance, reaching the home stretch.
Again?
Come on, let's...
Search for it. Hey!
The evidence is... Okay, confess and we'll go easy on you. My patience is running low, so...
You kidding me? You think I'm scared of you?
Perhaps not, but you... Quiet now.
You're open! Curses. Seems like you're not all talk after all, but there's no going back now. Better up my game. You're open! Mercy!
Oh, it's a little late for that. I've come this far.
I surrender! I surrender, please!
Tell us everything. You have one chance. And I'm more...
I won't! I swear! You know, so... I know I'm with the treasure hoarders and everything, but... I don't really have any kind of experience with robbing people and whatnot. So I don't have the guts to...
Wow, you're really going to complain to us about that?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I racked my brains trying to think of what I could do. And eventually, I remembered something from back when I was a kid. I remember the tune, so I figured I'd try it, but they did. And they just left all their stuff right there for the taking. It was completely wrong of me, I know that.
Give you a chance, huh? Sounds to me like you'd rather strike...
Yes?
You know how to bargain, I'll give you that. It's just a pity that you didn't confess at the first opportunity. You'll have to take a walk with me. Once we've returned the goods, we'll find the owner of the house, and you can apologize to them in person. After... You know, as a former victim of this kind of crime yourself, I doubt anyone understands the fear you inflict. Does your greed matter more to you than...
You mean...
That's enough hints for you. There's not much left to wrap up, so I'll take it from here.
What is it?
I'm still not sure how you first got your hands on this information. So play it safe when you get back. Don't mention... You helped a lot with the investigation and arrest anyway, so it's perfectly fair for you to get all the credit. Just take it. It works better. See you when I see you. And happy Lantern Rite.
I'm such a pro at this. Whoosh! Although, it's kind of a shame that we never got that treasure hoarder guy to play the melody again, right? When we were chatting with Mr. Dvorak and most music, Paimon never imagined that music could be used to commit crimes. Oh, really? Well, anyway.
The wind rises. Behold!
Byron, we're back! Everything's all sorted.
That's great news. Oh, please wait here a moment if you would be so kind. Lady Ningguang instructed me to advise her upon your return.
My greetings to both of you. Long time no see.
No need to be so formal with us.
On the contrary, I think it is those that I have known longest. Alas, on a different day, I would invite both of you inside for some tea. But you're quite right. Trivial matters aside, there's no escaping the fact once the performance itself, simply put...
Whoa. You're...
Well, I trust you saw this year's Mingxiao lantern at the docks when you...
Yeah! It looked like a goose.
Sea Gazer. I believe you're familiar... Legend holds that he was free-spirited and easygoing. People described him as a cheerful soul and a loyal... On this marvelous lantern ride, if the sound of music can flow like the rivers and streams into every corner of the land, perhaps the souls of those who have gone before us will hear the song of a new era.
Oh, they're gonna love them. At least, if the guy you mentioned is anything to go by, the...
I heard that you'll be going on a search with God. I'm sure this quest to uncover the...
Take it easy. Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Squall and Fury.
Just once more.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Gotcha. the rain washes away the traces, it's gonna set us back a long way. It's raining again? Oh, this isn't good. If the rain washes away the traces, it's gonna set us back a long way. It's raining again? Oh, this isn't good. If the rain washes away the traces, it's gonna set us back a long way. Take it easy. adults are scared of thunder. But you're not either of those, are you?
gale.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
Try louder. Quit following me. Too slow.
Busted.
Behold. Bow your head.
Take it easy.
Squall and Fury. You dare to gaze upon me?
Freeze!
Gotcha.
Behold. Too slow. Squall and Fury. That's far enough. Bow your head. Too slow. Upon the gale. Know your place. Behold!
Quietly now.
Take this! Squall and Fury.
Gotcha.
The wind rises.
Quietly now.
Lightning flash! Halloween thunder!
Game's up. Fun's over.
Behold! Fury. How amusing. Following order.
Quietly now.
The wind rises. Too slow. Quit following me. Behold! Squall and Fury. You dare to gaze upon me? Too slow. The wind rises.
Yeah.
Squall and Fury. Behold! Quit following me.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey.
The wind rises. Bow your head. Too slow. Quit following me.
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon.
Are you okay, Ganyu?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Let's discuss the matter at hand. Since last time, I've been, in essence, someone but the tune was a legend. Perhaps there was an adeptal power at work in that music that, either way, if this part of the story is true, then the rescuer has to have been an adeptus.
You really think so? But this story is all the way from Fontaine. Also, Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked. Ooh, like a crystal fly's wings? That would be pretty cool. But Paimon definitely can't imagine any of... Actually, Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Huh? Well, I'd get them... Once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip away without a sound.
Got it. So basically, Ganyu's the type of person who doesn't like to...
No, it's not like that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And...
Well, what if this adeptus in the story... She was probably thinking something like... One was merely passing by...
That was actually a very... As far as I'm aware, Cloud Retainer isn't the most musically gifted. Still, we can't, if we set off now, we could head to Mount Outsung and ask her about it. You'll be able to confirm either way if it's her. I've been in Lea Harbor for so long.
Sounds great!
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the never mind. Traveler?
Seems like this is a tough decision for... Paimon gets why she... Wait!
Fury. The wind rises. Behold! Swan Fury!
Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need to take any breaks?
I can't believe.
Huh? Did we miss her?
She doesn't like to travel. So in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals. True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of taking care of anything on her own. There's no need to worry about her. Since she's not here, I guess the next.
Uh-oh.
Please go on.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor, right? We can't hear any music right now, but if she's really as nice as the story suggests...
Yes, I think that.
So, all we have to do is get the Traveler to pretend to fall into the water, and the Adeptus will come to the rescue! You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim! Paimon would sink like a rock! Just trust Paimon! The water's pretty deep over there. Someone needs...
Too slow. Quit following me.
If only there was a kind-hearted Adeptus here to save us! Oh no! Whatever will a Paimon do?
What is going on?
How do you feel right now? Shenhe!
Why don't you say something? Okay, fine. We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard and playing music. But if the Adepti aren't gonna stay home...
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is...
And I am not an Adeptus.
No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was gonna be.
Glad you're okay. As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing. Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry.
As ever, the conqueror of demons comes and goes. Right. How's your training going, Shenhe? Oh, I had Oh, speaking of earlier this morning, she set off for Mount Hula. I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler. So please excuse me for a moment. Sure.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have got...
Yes. Ganyu, but when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people, sometimes I'm not. Oh, so you came looking for Master today because...
Yep. Oh, speak...
Music? Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us.
Yay! We were just talking about.
Oh,
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
Oh no! Paimon's gone deaf! Paimon can't hear anything! Oh, whew.
The faint sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the stream.
Oh, okay, fine. It's.
And a melody is.
Hey, why don't you just sing that one melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
Oh, was that?
That was a melody.
It felt like I was We're all there, raised as I watched Yunjin when you hummed that melody.
Wow, Shen. Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like, what about you, Gun?
I don't remember if my I know some local folk songs, the songs of the sailors down at the docks. Yes, in the past, whenever I heard the sound of the Nenny and Leo probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans at least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start the way those melodies, even though in that sense...
You go, Gun!
Yes, technically speaking. Thank you. Once the days are, I've planted nonsense. I have cultivated. I will save some for decoration. We can feast then. Do people say that?
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night.
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated
Master, our greetings, Cloud Re-
There it is!
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it, rather than one has received your Well, shall one lead the-
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some
If you want to thank you,
Is this? Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gatherings long ago, this region was yet a prosperous. Sea Gazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon.
Paimon remembers that name.
He was an old friend and a former rival. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor one was content to let him just steal the spotlight. So we, as Adepti, we were each gifted in our... His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he compare to me, when every single one of one's accomplishments were crafted by one's own hand?
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
One digresses.
What kind of...
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine, "Ah, why argue between yourselves when neither of you could ever hope to beat me?" Other times, she would make She always sought to make everyone happy. It also helped that she never referred to one as that illuminated bird.
Come on, get up!
Anyway, just who would dare snub the Stove God and his wondrous creations? At the sight of him, we would all immediately drop the argument and prepare the table for a night of feast. Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink from a square cup? Then you are most tolerant, but that is its own virtue. Even one could never find fault with Marchosius's cooking. As we ate, Guizhong, each of those we would drink together. Streetwood Ram.
Streetward Ram?
That would be Ping. You probably know her as Madam Ping.
Oh, okay. Or are you saying that...
Alas, long has one avoided. One should have guessed. No matter. In times gone by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's Obscuro Vulpus mechanism was superior. Though one was too proud to acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts. As for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly, until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili Plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetwood Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing. One's dealings with Guizhong were born out of discussions on the discipline of mechanics.
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of them. One is perfectly capable of partaking in conversation despite being introverted. But in the end, one is nothing like Streetward Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful. Not to mention, back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose and perform.
Wait! That's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Streetward Rambler, a vain beauty. My foot. That bell has a sad history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins, since the right time had not yet come. As for her old friend, as soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhang Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision. After all, we all have known each other for several millennia.
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code? Oh, Paimon did not see that one coming.
Enough of your intrusions. The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art, and can be used to great effect as an accompanying instrument. After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous occasions during rites of parting. But Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the Once upon a time, Streetward Rambler also loved gatherings. The music would go from mourn. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to our satisfaction. Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating.
But if she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly in response, though the strings that play.
Aww, poor Madame Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed. Although I met Guizhong a few times, I never knew anything of this particular story.
Guizhong was quite the visionary. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories. As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the. Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Do you mean Ping might find the topic too distressing?
Precisely.
If I may be so bold,
Oh?
I've been in Leo Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed. But this doesn't bring the city or its people to a standstill. Someone as perceptive and wise as Ping, though these immortal, no loss can ever. Ping has helped countless people, though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit. Life goes on.
We even asked Madame Ping what she thought about adding a music. When we get back, why don't we just ask her if she'd like.
You youngster.
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you.
Is not every lantern rite the same in this regard?
I disagree. Each new day and each new year is different from those that have come before. How.
The edibles she brought this time. Very well, then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to. Say.
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still.
What? Cloud
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time.
Squall Fury!
appears you made haste after all. One arrived but moments before you.
Oh, bless my soul. To what do I owe the honor? How nice of you all to come and visit.
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said anything?
Said what, precisely? And why should one be tasked?
Cause you're the one who's known that.
Street word. Or rather,
Oh, Cloud Retainer, you are
one, given that Lantern Rite is...
Huh? So, this all Cloud Retainer and
Ah, what a long time ago that was. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long. It appears that she has proven herself right once again.
Who's she?
We like to call her Guizhong. From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes, I sense that she has already told.
Albeit reluctant.
There is no harm after all. Lantern Rite's although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today.
So...
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life that she wished to protect, but as she interacted more and more with them, she marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits, the sheer splendor of all they could accomplish through their hard work and intelligence. She told us that to underestimate human potential with the smallest amount of guidance, and a human who has reached their full potential may well be her equal.
She always had a way that her mechanical accomplishments...
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism?
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift. It would be no overstatement to call it a testament to...
As Guizhong once said, it takes every blade of grass and every flower. When I see the sight of Liyue Harbor...
Madam Ping looks very emotional right now.
Of all of us.
Liyue Harbor...
Oh, yeah, we've been dying. Oh, awesome.
I can make arrangements.
Oh, it's been a long... And there was a period of time whenever I started strumming, it almost felt like she was back again, no matter how much time...
So the past still...
Oh, but that is not to say that grief, despite the sad... Just look at this potted plant.
It takes an on...
Be that as it may.
Well, if you're...
Granny! Whoa, what's everyone doing here? Did something bad happen?
Ah, and now we've spooked Yanfei. No. Everyone's just here to give me their regards for the holiday.
Oh, that's well. In that case,
Happy Lantern Rite. I will leave Mr. Devor...
Huh? Does it have to be right now?
It seems Ganyu...
What a pity.
Since it's been so long.
Gladly.
When you next see the...
You got it, madam.
Thank you all. As for that...
Wow, that'd be...
When that time comes, wherever her spirit may be among the...
All right, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news.
Peaceful neighborhood.
Quick, wind rises. Squall and fury.
Mr. Dvorak! Ah, and Kuchin's here.
Welcome back.
Really well. We found the person Mr. Dvorak was looking...
I see. So the melody my aunt... That certainly explains why it was such a powerful and... I have to say, though...
Oh, Paimon, but Street...
Madam Ping?
Yep, Kuchin's...
I think that can wait until after the concert, though.
Ah, speaking of, Madam Ping wishes you... Paimon has a sneaking...
Wait, Oh no, now I'm starting to get. Okay. Nope, another rehearsal's in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
Mr. Dvorak? He's already gone. Before we set up...
Please, share your insights with me.
Music is like a kind of memory written in people's heart. Wait, does that...
As long as everyone enjoys the festival, happy Lantern Rite to you as well.
Paimon feels like she's... shoot! Latent... Wait, no. Anyway, fancy bamboo shoots! Zhang-Li said he wasn't... Anyway,
The wind rises.
All right, let's take... Oh, wow, look. So you're just casually practicing your rapping skills at the entrance to your funeral parlor? We have all the invisible...
Gotta say. Come on.
What's wrong? We'll take the stage by storm. For sure!
No, don't you worry about that.
Huh. Guess we'll just have... Oh, Zhang-Li. He took one of those fancy meal boxes and set off for the mountains. It's a real pity that he couldn't be around for this.
Yeah, that's right. To tell the truth.
I can speak to that.
And jumps.
Actually, Xinyan, I have some lyric ideas for...
Sure thing.
When you see... You should join us...
Take it easy. Hup.
Paimon sees them! It's illuminated deer!
A familiar face.
Everything's great! But, you know, if you're...
In fact, Mooncarver has been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent times.
Zhang-Li! Here...
Impeccable. Traditionally, bamboo shoot soup ought to be slow-cooked for many hours on low heat. Using Adeptus arts to hasten the process is something of a short...
Wait, that...
Indeed. Cloud Retainer kindly lent me her supreme cuisine machine.
Can we not just call it a cooking machine? She seems to take a lot of pride in her mechanical gizmos, so it's probably best if Paimon doesn't go changing the name.
I trust that you found the answers you were seeking during your recent... Excellent. The past should be remembered, but not overly dwelt. When the bamboo shoot soup is ready, I must
Oh, Zhang-Li! Huta told us to tell you something. She said, it's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet. When she says performance, she must mean the Lantern Rite Music Festival. As for the banquet, she didn't...
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with 2 Adepti friends of mine tonight. Please, give Director whom... As for the banquet, since the Director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to refuse.
Yay! Then we'll see you there?
Absolutely.
Rex Lapis, the bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Thank you. I will examine it right away. The appearance is exquisite, and the aroma rich and intense. The craftsmanship of this... Since you came all this way, you should not leave empty-handed. Please, take some soup. It tastes... I intend to
All in a day's work. catch up.
I'm honored to be here on the Iridescence Tour stage. All right, without further ado, I'm Xinyan, this is Hutao, and this is a little something called...
The Blaze Lilies!
I'm up here blazing trails through the midnight sky, lighting up the world below. And when the crowds all hear my voice, they'll meet the spirit of rock and roll.
Let's go! Hey, you butterfly, you two buzzing by, guiding your way to the afterlife, opening the path without a fright. Oh, I'll light the fire, watch it blaze across the universe. I'll spit my rhymes, watch your step, or you'll get burned. Hey, woo!
Does anyone have any plans tomorrow? With another year behind us, I think we deserve a celebration of our own. My treat. Interested?
The Tianquan footing the bill? I can't miss out on that.
Master, listen!
May the year ahead be a blessed one.
I believe it shall be.
Master, the Xiao Lanterns,
Ha! Elementary. One shall fashion for you a Xiao lantern the likes of which the world has never seen. And you must take it to Liyue Harbor to display its magnificence for all.
Listen! That must be Madame Ping!
fury.
Sorry, Master. Traveler, hurry! It's almost time for us to join Hotel for dinner! As expected of the parlor director,
Oh, so that's how it is. Thanks for the—
I've long heard that your knowledge encompasses all things old and new, Mr. Zhongli. But I never knew that you were well versed in the— It is truly an honor to make your acquaintance.
No need for formalities. I too feel.
Oh, you flatter us. If it's possible.
Exorcism? I can't say I'm an expert in the field, but if you don't mind, we could start by discussing.
Whoa, there's so many people here. All we knew was that Hotel invited Zhongli over. Paimon never thought we'd be meeting so many old friends. Happy Lantern Rite, everyone!
Likewise. Please take a seat.
Happy Lantern Rite! Are you having fun? Me too. I heard that the audience loved it too. And she's been receiving quite a lot of performance invitations.
Yep, and they asked us to pass on their season's greetings to everyone.
The performance was spectacular.
Us? Did Xiangling ask you to try out her dishes too?
That, my friend, is beside the point. Come to think of it, I probably shouldn't have burdened Chongyun with eating my share too.
Hold on, Xiangling came up with a new recipe?
See? Someone here knows how to— Oh, and I have to thank Mr. Zhongli too. He gave me lots of useful pointers that really drove it home for me.
Oh, so that's what you were—
Yes. Since we'll be dining together, the topic of our Xiangling's ideas are truly unconventional. Her choices in both ingredients and my suggestions were nothing more than the—
Oh, the two of you.
Anyway,
That sounds like it might—
How about I sample the dishes next?
Speaking of eating, Paimon— Oh, Huta was the one who invited—
Oh, Guoba volunteered to help Dad. You know, lots of people come over to eat during Lantern Rite. Without Guoba helping out, I probably wouldn't have had the time to accept Hutao's invitation. As for—
The director went to collect a guest. She asked me to stay here. Seems like it's—
Huh? Huta went to fetch— Could it be—
She didn't clarify. And as her subordinate, I couldn't just pry into the details, could I?
Ta-da! We're here! Oh, we're not late
to the party, right? Good thing the Conqueror of Demons and I are both as swift as the wind. And whoosh, we made it just in time.
Oh, I see. So the important guest is the Conqueror of Demons. I've been looking forward to meeting you. The director didn't mention anything when she invited us. What a pleasant surprise. To convene here with all of you is indeed a great...
It's almost lantern right. Yet you took all the trouble coming here.
The director has a way of making it difficult to decline.
Rex Lapis, may I ask what troubles you?
The director asked me to buy sesame oil in preparation for the celebrations.
Then why would you come?
I had a pleasant chat with Chef Yenshao and received some spices from him. And, see? Here's some matsutake and a portion of ham.
What about the sesame oil?
It's a shame. I couldn't find...
I'm sure you're exaggerating, Zhang.
There he goes again. Enough with the pleasantries. Go let our guests take a seat. Everyone here today is well known in their own field and has probably heard about one another to some extent. Some of us are even old acquaintances. So there's no... I heard that the Conqueror of Demons and the Traveler are great.
You should take a seat too, Director.
Oh? Fine. When we arrived just now, the host at Shinue Kiosk told me our dishes are almost ready. Perfect timing. Let's not wait any longer and ask them to bring out the food.
Paimon would have never guessed the person who
Oh, that's also the first I've heard of the Traveler.
You know, Xiao.
Knowing is a bit of an overstatement. You might not know this, Paimon, but we exorcists have worked in close collaboration with the Conqueror of Demons for many generations. Dispelling... Hard to imagine that thanks to...
Likewise.
It is a great honor indeed to have... I remember you mentioning wanting him to understand the importance of
We know each other too. He helped try my dishes during the Masterful Chef's cook-off. I didn't think we'd have the chance to meet again.
No anecdote, however, compares to meeting you in person.
Whoa. Everyone's getting all formal and polite all of a sudden. Adeptus Xiao, mighty conqueror of demons. Paimon tried very hard to look for a fancy word, okay? Don't be too harsh on Paimon!
There's no need to be so polite.
You're right. This was meant to be a nice little get-together between friends. I didn't plan this gathering.
What's your true...
A little get-together between friends. And that is something our consultant would say. I think...
Indeed. Exceptional acting skills, Director.
As for me, I'm just here to have fun, and we all worked really cooking, helping with the... And of course, everyone has done... As the one who brought...
Sounds kinda...
It wasn't as complicated as you think.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks, boss lady.
It's not boss lady, just boss. And there she goes. What a lively girl.
Conqueror of Demons, Adeptus Xiao. Guardian of Wangshu Inn, hero of Dihua Ma... I know you're there.
Quiet. Do not disturb the peace.
Sorry, but you wouldn't show up if I didn't yell your name, would you?
I know you. You're the... Is there something you need?
That does sound like one of Hu Tao's antics.
Did the Conqueror of Demons agree to come so that Hu Tao would stop pestering him?
There might be other reasons.
Huh? It gets pretty boring from here on. I talked about the funeral parlor's past relationships with the guard.
In the time of the Archon War, the Adepti vanquished the demons. The Millelith fought valiantly. And Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor was responsible for purifying the diseased and sending off the spirits of the... That is how the border between life and death was maintained.
That's right. But despite our deep-rooted connection, it still took me quite a while to actually convince him. You know him pretty well.
This matter is out of my control.
True, but I've kept that in mind too. That's why, besides, it'll only be for a short while as we...
But I didn't...
There's no need to worry, Conk. Our young exorcist over here is protected by his pure yang energy.
That's not the same. And did you just toss your carrots into my bowl?
Huh?
I'm siding with Chongyun. You're lucky Guoba isn't here today. He hates seeing people being picky with their...
Huh? Guoba would... But now that I think of it...
It sounds like you...
I'm doing fine. Not long ago, before Lantern Rite, thanks to his help, things have been a lot more stable than before. You should know him.
Seeds of store... And cultivated... Did Paima just unconsciously that voice? If I'm not don't just sit... No such need. You finally let me... Hello, hello. No. Oh, it's the tone-deaf... Oh, he seems to carry a valiant breeze wherever he goes. Fate has... This young lady here is as bright as a fresh... Whoa, these dishes look amazing.
Huh, it's you.
Oh, isn't this Genyu? Genyu? Yup, I'm at Xingqiu. I never
Venti, you're being too humble.
Could this new guest be Master Xingqiu's friend?
Yeah! Xiao, you...
Yes, monsters become more active than usual as I was patrolling Dihua Marsh a few
You've already forgotten? And bards go around...
Oh, right. It was a moving melody.
Thank you for your patronage.
I understand now, too. I'm Zhongli.
And...
That's very considerate.
Oh? Not to brag, but our consultant truly is impressive. His knowledge extends across from the sophisticated Xiao, you're an adept.
Sorry. I'm only good at conquering demons.
But Paimon thinks you're super knowledgeable. Huh? I've actually heard a few things. The guests in the tavern talked about
Now that you mention, I've heard that he's
No, I would say there's one I heard a while, but the meaning's there, but the word choices are unimaginative, and there's a distinct lack. I think so too. If I were to give it a go, an old melon. Oh, good one. It feels unique and has a nice. You have great taste, Venti. Of course. Hey, Xing. Mind lending me a few books when we get back? Pick out some... I don't know if it's my own lack of literary knowledge, but I couldn't tell the difference between those two.
I don't think it's your fault.
Chongyun's right. It's not our fault.
Oh, you have a point. But speaking of, why is it... I heard that getting to know other musicals. As for the fun, the Iridescence tour has finally been... Don't think anything. By the way, should I say that it's because I'm an expert in hiding?
People are all bit... The festival to come together in a moment like this. I propose we raise a
Very well said. Now, we usually drink wine during occasions like this over in You're welcome. As the host of the... Considering that everyone may have... all of a sudden, they started proposing...
What's with the urgency?
Have you two finished? It's always nice to have a breath of fresh air. Paimon will come too. Yeah? Okay then.
It seems like our new friend...
I deserve no such praise. I'm glad we're only having tea today.
What if I got drunk and said something nonsensical?
No such thing. I wouldn't.
Let's depart. You... Are you all right? It's hard. It's not that there were those among the Adepti who loved gatherings and idle chit-chat. The Adepti all have their specialties, making most of them proud and arrogant. But this time... No. So you know his true identity. The Animo Archon is a free spirit, and his temperament is as carefree as the music he plays on the flute. And that's something I might never be able to do. No matter. Whenever I think of the ordinary conversations I've had with you... Yes, the parlor director went out of... She told me that but I didn't expect the other guests to be... General Capisis always said that we should live in the present and enjoy every pleasant surprise. But I think he meant designing clothes for those around him. The clothes were intricately designed, but inconvenient to wear. Brother Bosacius never tried to hide his distaste in front of him. Rex Lapis did like his designs and even collected quite a few. The outfit he wears now, I never saw him wear this during the war. I didn't expect him to start wearing it later.
Oh, here you are. I'm not in...
You're not.
Hutao saw that her Paimon got so anxious that you weren't back yet that she scarfed down her dessert without the usual slurping and munching. To be honest, you looked a little restless just...
You're worrying too much. Why would I? Anyway...
Please wait, there's another reason. Here, take the... Yup. Since the Masterful Chef's competition, you could say that Yan Xiao and I are not only competitors, I heard him I'll be on, so I made it. When I told Guoba that I was making...
Thank you for the trouble. There was... I'll take them.
You're well... Oh, the...
Okay.
Alrighty, we should...
Didn't keep you waiting.
Let's play! Oh, no. My lyre is broken.
It's time to pull the trigger.
You're finally done whispering secrets to each other? So much for promising Paimon you'll be back soon. How could you say that to Paimon? In that case, besides having no sense of time, Paimon will let you know what having no sense of fullness looks like. Your dessert is all Paimon's!
Sorry to keep everyone waiting.
No worries, we're all just chatting here. There's no serious. Whether we're chatting outside or inside, it's all the same.
Paimon's too busy eating to talk to you.
But even though we're all well acquainted by now, I think this festive gathering dessert.
Oh? Is this.
Nope. This is something I made up so that good luck will be. Spontaneity is the best choice to make here. Let's use this incense. It's been lit for so long now that the incense is running out. I'll leave refill. Lighting the incense will signify continuous growth and prosperity.
I see. Perfect symbolism, as expected of Hu Tao. And speaking of the most distinguished guest here today, I'm sure we all agree that it's Mr. Zhongli. I'm not very familiar with the details of his past deeds, but chatting with him has been a real eye-opener, even for a bard who has traveled all across the world. If knowledge were a form of power, one could even say that you're a wielder of
But when it comes to having a way with words, the notable bard is certainly one cut above the rest. I just happen to have a good memory. It is such an unexceptional skill, yet you made it sound like an unparalleled talent. Since we all get to nominate someone, I think it's only fair that we let the parlor director light the incense.
Huh? That won't do. Don't flatter me just because I'm your boss. We are looking for the most distinguished guest here. As the host, now that we've enjoyed this tea.
Is this really the.
It's not a. Just look at her. Xiangling, the disciple of an adeptus, the stove god's best companion, the winner of the Masterful Chef's competition, the only heir of the famous One Mean restaurant, a good old friend of mine. There's no better choice.
Why does Paimon feel like we're back at square?
Please stop! You're making me embarrassed! If we're looking for a distinguished guest, surely the second son of the Feiyun Commerce Guild counts. It's one of the largest commerce guilds in Liyue.
Huh? Don't get.
Ooh, not a bad choice.
That's not how it works. Making a fortune is indeed a fine wish, which means we should choose Chongyun.
Huh? I can't be the one when we have the Conqueror. Adeptus Xiao.
I refuse. I am most certainly not the most distinguished guest here. You should all be able to make the right judgment based on one person here is well acquainted with everyone else.
Oh, that's right! Even though you're always. No, wait! Paimon said she wouldn't talk to you again. Huh? Who else is there? Huh? Does that mean Paimon's the most
I agree. Paimon's just the. Without a friend, but.
The traveler has traversed many nations and left behind a great deal of fascinating stories. But without Paimon, they would have become quite monotonous. Paimon plays an indispensable role in making.
You guys! Those were genuine. Thank you. You made Paimon.
Don't take everything to heart, Paimon.
That means Paimon. Looks like we've come to an agreement.
I trust the traveler's judgment.
Then Paimon it is. And now, the world's most excellent traveler's greatest companion, guide, and friend, Paimon, will be refilling and lighting the incense for us. Here you go. Take. It's getting late. I won't take up any more.
Yep.
You don't have to go all polite on me. It's dark out, so I'm going to accompany Xiangling,
Sing Cho and Chongyun back home. As for the rest of the guests, I'll leave them to our consultant.
No need. I think you know the place I'm talking about. It was great.
Bye. We'll catch you all later then. Don't forget to return to the parlor later.
Understood. See you later.
Rex Lap.
Just Zhongli will do. I live as a mortal in Liu Harbor now. I am just if we were to consider status and seniority as Zhongli.
Heaven forbid.
I heard that during the lantern, the same truth will sound. I once had a pleasant from the evidence she found, but there are in the legends. But whether to me, this was as true back then. Just how Shao may seem unapproachable, so there's no need to dwell too much on certain things.
Rex Lap.
It looks like you understood. The director asked me to accompany you on your return, but I don't think you'll need my protection. I'll be taking a walk around. After that, it'll be time for me to go back in.
Bye, Zhongli. Everyone's Paimon always feels a little empty, but at least no. Paimon got it mixed up. Paimon, the best and most distinguished travel guide, will always stay by your side, Trap. Good that you're aware of that. Shell, is there?
No need. I've stayed here for much longer than I had expected. The events of today occurred so abruptly. Okay, I'll